Pasture trail where we've been working recently. We'll drive down this road, park right about there on the other side of that, and then long descent. I'm not even sure where it will come out. And then we'll have to ride back around, back up that road we just came up, which is like the North Fork Road, I think it's called. Or maybe just Fork Road. And you can maybe see the lines there in that hillside. That was dug by the CCYC back whenever they were around in the 30s. As some kind of a water catchment scheme. I'm not sure if it was for irrigation or what, or just to keep the water on the mountains. I don't know what it was for, but that's a lot of digging. That's basically just digging a trail. It's kind of scooped to catch the water. But I have somebody behind me there. But just imagine digging a trail back and forth. It may have no real function either. That CCC was basically make work just to keep people busy during the Depression, give them a little pocket change, keep them off the street, out of trouble. I'm pretty impressed with my little rig for getting up here. It usually doesn't do too well on these kind of roads, but it's loaded down with camping gear and water in the back, so it's got a little more weight back there. I usually don't like driving on these kind of roads because it's rough on the tires when you slip so much like this little rig does, but it's done pretty well on this drive. Plus this road was recently graded. I mean, we were working up here while they were doing that. So it's pretty smooth, no washboard, which is my real bane in this rig. Yep, she's a good little rig. Here's part of the reroute we did. You can see here, well maybe you can't, let me zoom this in. Okay, so you see the original trail went right up that line there. That's the old trail. And our reroute goes from there, and we just made a nice and level, smooth gradient across that hillside. It doubles back in those trees, doubles back again about there. One more time before going up through the pasture, and we'll get to that too. Well, we made it to the top here. Now the trail, that's the old trail there where we covered up. We're going to go this way, zigzag across that meadow a few times. That's the reroute, the new reroute that we just did on this side. And then we're going to go down last year's reroute, which goes down through some trees. It's pretty flowy and windy. I haven't ridden it yet, but we worked on it. So that should be fun. Give us a hand with the camera. Hopefully my battery doesn't run out. It's a little bit low. That always happens. Down there you can see canyon lands. I think Tuerto Canyon's down there. It's kind of hazy today, so you can't see too far. There's a big fire somewhere in the area, I think. So yeah, that's about that. So hopefully we'll see you down the trail. Hopefully the battery lasts long enough to get some good handlebar footage. see it's kind of raining over there in that canyon country. We're just coming off the top of Robertson's Pasture now down into Foy Lake. Pretty fun part. I just came down pretty flowy. I've had some tire trouble. And then you get in these ruts here. Sometimes like I'll start bouncing off the sides of the ruts and then almost crash. So yeah, real pretty up here. Should be a good ride, the rest of the ride down. Han del Barr sustained some damage, so I don't know if I'll be able to do any more handlebar footage. Alright, well we'll see you down the trail. Uphill now. Not really rideable, at least not for me. So yeah, pretty good ride down. The tire's holding up. And I remember when we did this trail for work, it was a rough day for me. My back was killing me. I was frustrated. And this trail, it was hot, and this trail just did not seem to want to end. And it's even worse a little bit further on. It's really rocky, hard to walk on. A lot of stumbling but yeah. Some days can be a little bit like the Lewis and Clark expedition. Feels like. Or maybe the Livingston one. Or Mountains of the Moon, if you ever saw that movie. You should probably check it out. I don't know if you can hear that, but that's the sound of a coyote, according to this hunter down there. I think it sounds an awful lot like a buzz. But yeah, so we're limping up this steep grade that we drove up earlier. I've only got pretty low pressure in my tube. It's got that torn at the base of the valve stem, and I can't get it to hold much more than what's in there. I've tried patching it a little bit with some rubber cement, but that worked a little bit. So I mean, it'll be flat, and then I can pump it up, and it'll go flat again, and then it won't take air, and then I'll try it again later, and it will. So it's pretty late. Probably got at least 2 more miles to go up this, probably closer to 3 to the truck. It's now 8 o'clock. Halfway through August, so I've got about probably 30 minutes of light. Oh well, a little adventure. So yeah, that's the biking adventure for today.